And that's made Airbnbs and other short-term rentals illegal, and almost all of Park Township has been lifted temporarily. An Ottawa County judge granted a preliminary injunction this afternoon, meaning the township cannot enforce the ban, at least until the court rules on its legality.
Yeah, Fox 17's Sam Landstra was in court today, and after he talked with short-term rental owners in the area.
Yeah, that ban went into effect on the 1st of October and then put more than 100 short-term rental owners out of business. These people then sued the township through their nonprofit, Park Township Neighbors, and for the time being, that's proven successful.
The issuance of an injunction is a big deal. It's a huge deal.
The judge set the scene with high stakes.
The significance and the gravity and the importance of this preliminary injunction. He didn't take it lightly.
But after an hour-long hearing, he sided with the short-term rental owners, temporarily lifting the months-old residential ban.
I didn't expect that, and super thankful, incredibly thankful. Surprised, a little bit teary-eyed.
The president of Park Township Neighbors and his attorneys say the township broke Michigan zoning law when it wrote the ordinance.
The township probably pretty quickly realized that its township board cannot just vote to ban a property use in the township.
The defense countered, claiming the ban doesn't regulate land, but rather business.
But as soon as somebody who owns a single-family dwelling in a residential zoning district uses that to rent it out to transient guests, that use is no longer within the definition of a dwelling.
But the judge disagreed, calling it a zoning ordinance and saying it should have been written as such.
Oh, I'm super happy. It's a really big deal to get a preliminary injunction, so I couldn't be happier, really.
For the few months that the ban was in effect, Jackie Beck defied the township and continued to rent out her Park Township property on a short-term basis.
I don't know, I think I do have a strong sense of right and wrong, generally speaking.
The woman who lives right next door to a short-term rental herself says her neighbors don't seem to have a problem with her practice.
What really prompted it is I do not believe that short-term rentals are illegal in Park Township. I think they are legal. I think they've always been legal since 1974. And I feel like that if there is a question, it should be for the court to decide.
There are others, though, who've reported these rogue renters, and the township has issued to them at least 4 citations.
There's a whole new level of awareness around being a good vacation rental host, a short-term rental host, and being good neighbors.
Despite the ban's short-term existence, Allen says around a half a dozen short-term rental owners have sold their homes.
I'm sad if they had to make that decision and might have a little bit of seller's remorse now, but for the majority of folks who have held on to this point, I think this is a big victory.
Now, the length of this temporary lift on the ban depends on what happens next in court. The next date on the docket is December 13, and there, a judge will decide whether Park Township actually violated state zoning law when it wrote that ordinance. And now, as I was leaving court, I also spoke to a woman who's been a vocal opponent of short-term rentals, and she was disappointed in the judge's ruling and said that if anyone risked irreparable harm from these proceedings, it was the people who have to put up with late-night noise and partying from the Airbnbs right next door. For now, in studio, Sam Landstra, Fox 17 News.